All right, guys. So Andrew Callaghan is back. For those of you who don't know, okay, what happened? I'm not going to really explain it. For those of you who do, I'm happy he's back. That's pretty much what I'm getting at. I'm happy he's back. If you want to run down on the situation that happened with him, I will put the links in like the description, and you can take a look at my old takes. I'm not going to go through them again. Based on everything I remember, I think he should have an opportunity to be able to come back. So again, if you disagree, that's fine. But if you're not going to watch my videos covering this, or at least the first one, then I don't really care about your opinion. Okay, I'm not trying to be rude, but if you're not going to look into mine, then I don't care about yours. Anyway, happy he's back. Hugh Shaman comes home. I like his content. It's fun. It's cool, man. So let's get it going.
As it says right behind me, freedom is not free. So don't forget that. Yeah. Freedom is not free. Remember the Constitution. Remember our rights. Kelly J. Patriot, Channel 5 Live. What's this? Oh, I think this one's a 357 hollow point.
Whoa, it's a gun.
And now we're gonna talk a little gun safety here. So first of all, make sure the gun is empty. Bullets are out. We got 6 right here. Okay. Don't point it at somebody unless you're gonna fire it, and don't shoot unless you intend to kill or protect somebody that you need to.
Gotcha.
God bless America. Once again, Kelly J. 2A. My fingers are messed up, kind of like that. Kelly J. 2A. God bless America. Second Amendment.
After 6 months on hiatus, alone in the Mojave Desert, I got a call from an old friend.
Damn, did he really just go into the desert and chill for 6 months? That's all right. I wouldn't doubt it. I guess he was doing his spiritual disconnection. That's interesting.
Hey, Andrew, this is Kelly. Hope you're doing well.
Kelly J. Patriot, Saddam's cousin from Orange County.
Kelly, you know what's up?
He told me he had a huge surprise for me, but wouldn't tell me what. All he said was get to the Arizona State Capitol immediately.
Pull around, go under the 2 big flags.
I met him at the Freedom Isn't Free gazebo, and he told me that I must start by getting a zoom-in shot of the American flag.
All right, Kelly, I'm zooming in.
I mean, that makes sense. You have to get a zoom-in shot of the American flag. I mean, I agree. I don't know what else to say. I agree.
Men died for us. God bless America.
God bless America, baby.
Whoop, whoop. They're flying everywhere.
Right.
At first, I was a bit disappointed. I thought that he broke my isolation just to show me his gun. But then I heard a bellowing screech about 50 yards away.
Wow. Is this like a January 6th guy that I'm not super familiar with? I'm not too up to date. I'm not super up to date on the January 6th lore, guys. Okay? Don't be too mad at me for that.
I could hardly
I just know that it was a bad thing that happened, and police officers got PTSD. And for some reason, conservatives didn't care that police officers got PTSD, and somehow conservatives became anti-police very quickly in a matter of like a second. Wild.
believe it.
Freedom!
Wow. There he was, Jacob Chansley, a.k.a. the QAnon Shaman.
Jacob Chansley, known as the QAnon Shaman, has
the greatest meme, I guess, ever.
been released from prison.
Fresh out the federal slammer.
Hey, listen. Everybody deserves access to redemption, dude. You know, maybe not everybody, but I guess this guy does. So, I don't know.
After spending 41 months in solitary confinement for his role in the January 6th Capitol riot. Since his release, he's yet to talk to the media, but for some reason, he wanted to talk to me.
Hi.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I wonder why. I wonder what makes people feel so comfortable around my boy here, Andrew Callaghan. I wonder, there's just something about him that makes you put your guard down. I don't know, because he does kind of make fun of these guys a little bit. He's more of a progressive. He pokes some fun at the conservatives, but I guess they're okay with that. You know, why not? Everybody take a little bit of a joke. No, they take a little bit of a joke.
All right. But under one condition. He said that before our interview, he'd like to perform a shamanic hymn he wrote behind bars, a war song commemorating his victory against the deep state.
All right. does sound kind of good. What the fuck? Yeah. It's kind of good. All right, now it's going on too long. This feels like a cultural appropriation. Yeah, you know what though? I feel like there's probably other issues we got to tackle before we talk about that. You know?
How's it going? My grandmother just told me on my father's side, my grandmother told me that we have...
Damn, Andrew looks like a fucking cop. He looks like he would beat the shit out of me if I was black. Holy fuck. What the hell, Andrew? What's up with this evolution here? What's happening?
Cheyenne blood running through our veins, and she said one of my ancestors was actually one of the few survivors of the Trail of Tears.
What?
How does that make you feel?
Very proud of my heritage. Typically, Native Americans wear headdresses where they have to earn all the feathers.
You know, I wonder if white people, one of the reasons why white people kind of appropriate other cultures is because we don't really have a culture of our own anymore. I mean, what do we got? There's really nothing left. We're just a bunch of white dudes chilling. And so now you got all these cool cultures going around. You got like indigenous culture and like Asian culture and like, you know, there's African culture and all this other stuff. And now white people are just like, oh my goodness, I need a, you know, they start gravitating towards it. I get it. I kind of get it, you know, because what culture do we have? I'm German. What culture am I supposed to engage with there? That's illegal if I did that. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
This is not something that I was given by a Native American tribe or anything like that, but I do certainly believe over the course of my 10-year shamanic journey, I've earned my feathers.
What are your top feather earning moments, you think?
Oh man, 6.5 years of working with kids, troubled teen boys in group homes. Times where I went out to the desert and damn near died going on a vision quest. Going through everything I went through.
I mean, that just sounds kind of like a silly thing to do. Why would you do that?
Over the last 2.5 years, solitary confinement and all that stuff. All the spiritual battles I've won in the ether and the astral realm against demonic forces and not yielding.
Damn, today is Columbus Day. Yeah, this seems a little insensitive for us to have a white QAnon shaman that's culturally appropriating indigenous culture, and then police officer Andrew Callaghan, who is getting ready to tell me that I'm resisting arrest.
Not giving in to fear.
Yeah, I agree.
Freedom!
Yeah! Yeah, I agree with that, I guess.
For sure. Anything else you want to say?
Transgenderism, which Baphomet is androgynous, and Satanism are kind of paired together. It's a...
Why? Why? Why do we gotta bring up... Why do we gotta harass the fuck out of trans people, man? Like, just leave them alone. You know what I mean? There's no transness and Satanism isn't adjacent in any capacity. People are just trying to live their lives, brother. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Globalist movement to create a Luciferian or a satanic new world order. Yeah. And it's really unfortunate because there's a lot of good transgender people out there. I have a lot of friends who are transgender. And
how are you going to say that transgender, being trans is basically being Satan, and then say, no, but I like some of them? It's like, you can't have that take. If you think it's evil, you have to think all of it's evil. It's not evil. You understand my point? So what the hell what are you babbling on about, brother? You know, what the hell's the matter with you?
all they want to do is blend in. They don't want to stand out and force society to bend to their will. They just want to blend in. There's something called the Corporate Equity Index at CEI.
HRC's Corporate Equality Index rates workplaces on their commitment to policies and benefits for LGBTQ workers.
I'm proud that today it was announced that Walmart scored 100th on the CEI for the 5th consecutive year.
Whoa! If only Walmart could score anywhere on the list of not treating their employees like shit and causing billions of dollars worth of government subsidies because they pay their workers such a low wage that they have to get welfare to subsidize it. Holy fuck. What a crazy world.
Okay, look at this. They got some gay pride swim trunks.
Oh, they got some gay trunks, baby.
Walmart.
The CEI has served as the bar of accountability when there was no bar at all.
And basically what it is these organizations, these globalist organizations, Target, withholding investments from companies that don't have the woke credit score. If they don't have their woke credit score up high enough, or if they don't have one at all, then they'll send the woke mob after them. Did you get everything you needed?
Yeah, I just wanted a picture.
Okay.
Thanks.
These are the symbols for the planets. These are pyramids with vortexes above them. We've got the sun and the moon here. Viking runes, because from what I've heard from family, I have Viking ancestry, as well as Native American Cheyenne blood running through my veins.
Just got everything.
Is that something you can like feel?
Oh yeah. This idea of whiteness, it's just so racist. I happen to have Cheyenne blood running through my veins, so please tell me more about...
I have Mary's blood running through my veins because that's my mother's name. It's fucking crazy, brother.
How it is wearing something my ancestors wore for quite some time is an insult to my heritage. Please tell me more about that.
What's up with the wrist tattoos?
I got these here after a heartless wretch broke my heart and cheated on me, and so I got these as a means of reminding myself to never allow a woman to treat me that way, and also to deal with the emotional, mental pain of that. So a lot of my
the average red pill fan. It's the average red pill fan.
Tattoos are done. They're earned. These I got after my dad committed suicide.
Damn, that's brutal.
Once again, it took 36 hours for these to be done, so it was a dealing with mental and emotional pain through the physical pain, coming through it and healing.
For me, what I like to do to heal is I like to jack off. I know that you think that's a joke, but when I had a dog named Ziggy, and I loved him very much, and he passed away. He had horrible cancer. I remember it was really sad. He would keep trying to run away from me because he was like looking to die, and he didn't want to make me sad. That's how I think it was happening. And he was sad. And when he passed today, when he died, it was sad. It made me cry. And I went to work the next day. I was crying at work. I had to leave. I was devastated. And I remember thinking, like, you know, when is it too soon to jack off? You know? And I think I did it that day. And I think that's what Ziggy would have wanted. You know, I think that's what he would have wanted. Because one time when I was a kid, I was much younger. I wasn't even an adult yet. He licked my wiener on accident. Well, I don't know if he did on accident. I didn't. I was shocked. I was like, why would you do that? You know? There's some sad stuff. And he liked peanut butter a lot. That's all I could say. Nah, but all jokes aside, man, I remember having like a weird like dream that he was laying next to me. He was just cuddling me after he died. I was fucking so sad, man. That shit was so sad. I was devastated. I was devastated.
Do you still support Trump?
Yeah. It's not Trump's fault that I or anybody else went into that building.
Yeah. Kind of is, but
why should he bail us out? Why should
he did kind of encourage it, kind of said that, hey, you know, we got to act now. The fucking world is over. He kind of did. He kind of is a little bit his fault.
He get blamed for the actions of free citizens.
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Oh, shit. I wonder why people felt like they needed to do the January 6th. I wonder if Trump had anything to do with it. Fight like hell? Yeah, that's just what I think he's just referring to taking a real fat shit. Because to be honest with you, sometimes I have the worst dumps. And the other day, man, I was straddling the toilet bowl. I was lifting my legs up, my knees up to my head because I was trying to create a direct pathway, you know, because it was brutal, man. So sometimes I like to listen to Trump when I'm doing that.
Do I feel like he could have done more? I mean, he could have done something like started a lawyer fund for all the J6ers and donated a large sum of money to kind of set a trend. But as far as like...
He could have done that. I wonder if he didn't do that because he doesn't care about these people or if he just didn't think optically it would have been a particularly intelligent move. I really wonder.
Pardons? As funny as it may sound, there's only so much power that the president has.
In the final hours of his presidency, President Trump granted clemency to more than 140 people.
Pompano Beach rapper Kodak Black, whose real name is Bill Capri, his sentence was commuted.
Bill Capri? What the hell? The fuck is what kind of a name is Bill Capri? All right, whatever.
Do you feel that your time in prison changed your belief systems at all?
Like, regarding politics?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, he was alone with his thoughts. Who the fuck's gonna change his mind?
Anything, it just reinforced the notion that the government has corruption at some of the highest levels and that needs to change.
Hey guys, it's Andrew Callaghan.
Yeah, true. I mean, I would feel the same way if I tried to storm the Capitol and then they arrested me for doing something illegal. I'd be like, this is corrupt as hell, dude.
We're here now in Scottsdale, Arizona. Last time we were here in hot Scottsdale, Arizona was to cover the Satanic Temple gathering. Scottsdale, baby! Get up, baby!
Hail
Satan! Right now, we're here for quite the opposite. I'm standing in front of a church here, where inside, Jacob Chansley, aka QAnon Shaman, is having his first ever welcome home party.
All right,
so let's go inside and figure out
welcome
what's going
home,
on.
baby.
Come on, guys.
USA, USA, USA. I hope that they don't celebrate the reason that he got put in jail. That would be the same as if you celebrated somebody at a BLM riot for causing harm. To be honest with you. Sounds very anti-American. That guy doesn't want to be there.
Thank you all so much for showing up. It is truly an honor and a pleasure to shake your hands and give you all hugs and
give you kisses on the mouth. Yeah.
To see your faces again. I remember a lot of you, and the last time I saw many of you, I was waving goodbye and saying, "See you in a couple days." Solitary confinement sucks. It was the hardest time in my life.
I mean, listen, what are the ethics of solitary confinement? Like, what's the benefit of doing that? Doesn't it just drive you fucking crazy? Wouldn't it be better if you had this person go to therapy? Or maybe you could do both? I just don't think that robbing people of social interaction is going to have a positive impact on their mental health or their ability to change and recover. So
I didn't want to be alive anymore, but I also didn't want to die.
True.
So I'd like to start this speech by thanking God for protection.
Yeah, I think God's the condoms all the time.
Right now, this is Jake Angeli, Jacob Chan.
I really do thank God for protection because I've done a lot of condomless engagements, and I haven't gotten pregnant. I think part of it's because I'm a man, but at the end of the day, it's nice that I'm not, I don't have a baby yet. Because if I had one when I was younger, I would have been a terrible father. I'm ready now, though. I'm ready now.
Angeli, the Shaman, America's Shaman, this is his first public appearance since he's been released from prison and from the halfway house. What he's been through and what he went through, legally, it just, I did civil litigation, not criminal, but just what he went through for what he did, especially, once they released that video of basically them inviting him into the Capitol, escorting him around, 8 or 9, cops at points in time. And
is that true, or were they invited, or are they trying to get him out of there?
He says a prayer in the Capitol, they ask him to leave, he leaves, and he thanks the blue, and he gets these crazy charges. So they made an example out of him, and he basically was forced to fall on the sword for all of us who were there on January 6th and all of us who support freedom and just simply wanted to know the truth about the election, not deserved.
Yeah, that's just not true. I mean, you didn't want to know the truth about anything. You guys stormed the Capitol because you thought that Trump won magically because you're a bunch of fucking idiots. Trump won. Oh, yeah? Answer me this. How come Biden got so many more votes this year than ever before? Well, you could vote for a week and also through the mail for a week. That doesn't make any... You're saying that they got to vote 7 times longer and that manifested in increased voters turnout? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Yeah, it's really hard to vote on a fucking Tuesday as somebody who has a job. I don't believe it. I don't fucking believe it. None of this makes any goddamn sense. Yeah, there's your answer as to why Biden got more votes. So, yeah, pretty crazy stuff, man. Who would have fucking thought when you have more time to vote that gives you more time to vote? Okay.
deserved.
But he's really a symbol of political prisoners. He's a symbol for everyone else that's being abused by this government. His outfit made him stand out that day, and that's why he became a target.
They wanted to make out like all Trump supporters, you know, we got us wearing the horns, you know, we're lunatics, we're crazy. But when you listen to him and see, he never struck anybody, he never threw anything down, never broke anything, and he was arrested for really no reason.
My son and I were on January 6th. We were at the Columbus doors on the Senate side. This is as close to the inside of the Capitol that we got. He was given 4 months in
Well, maybe that's because you didn't go into the Capitol and that guy did. Maybe the biggest issue wasn't that you were there in the first place. Maybe it's that some people stormed the Capitol.
Incarceration. Has anybody ever heard of a Black Lives Antifa actually being arrested and convicted? No, it's always been the conservatives.
Jacob Chansley pled guilty in federal court this week for his role in the Capitol riot.
I mean, listen, here's the thing. I believe in reasonable protest. You know, if people want to go on January 6th and they want to stand outside and complain, do your thing. I don't have to agree with it, but I respect your right to do that. I think storming the Capitol is probably disproportionate, probably illegal, probably deserve jail. I also think that same thing with BLM protests. I respect the movement in general. I understand people are advocating for the rights, but then sometimes people are going there to be violent. And those people need to be arrested. I'm sure people have been arrested. It's not as high profile because, you know, because let's be honest, one instance is people storming our literal federal Capitol government buildings. The other is people destroying black businesses. And realistically speaking, as a society, we don't care enough about black businesses. So it doesn't really get the same news coverage as storming the white Capitol, man. Based, maybe? I don't know, but...
He's an American hero.
So are you.
I'm just doing what I can.
Kobe Bryant was assassinated by the Clintons. Don't tread on me. Don't even think about it.
Freedom! Freedom!
Yeah!
Woo! Freedom! I like that guy. He's handsome. Blow my horn, baby. Blow it. Yeah.
We were in prison together at the same time. Dude, if he's a terrorist, I'm a terrorist too. And you know what?
Damn.
If this is terrorism, make the most of it. If standing up for the rights and standing up for our children is terrorism, make the most of it. And you know, this is the first time I've ever...
I agree, man. I love it. I like standing up for our children. I agree with that, conservatives. Yeah, let's make sure we get gun control, because that's what's killing kids more than drag shows. We got to stand up for kids. Yeah, what should we do? We got to get rid of drag shows. Oh, yeah, what about guns? Nah, it's all right. We need more of those. Give the kids guns. And I think that'll keep the kids safe if we give them I think if we give the kids guns. Really? You think that's true? Of course. More guns. But here's my thing. I have diabetes. So I think to cure that, I just need more sugar. More candy bars. What? Of course. You can't fight fire with water, baby. You can't fight fire with water. Like, guys, you can't fight fire with water. Think about it. Why is it that in all these Democrat-run states with all this gun control, why do they still have so much gun crime? Huh? Ignore the fact that 75% of the guns that are involved in crimes in New York come from states with less aggressive gun law. Ignore that part. If you ignore that part, ignore the fact that there is a much more densely populated area. If you ignore that, the answer's simple. That's it. That's all it is.
Never publicly said this in front of cameras or anything. Dave Griswold is the self-professed owner-operator of Midnight Productions.
Crazy,
Midnight
brother.
Productions is the syndicate right
Sounds
here in
kinda
Maricopa
fucking
County
badass.
that has been murdering children live on film on the dark web.
Wow, that's
the child
not that
snuff
badass.
film industry is a very real thing. When it comes to humans, what Jake is speaking about with QAnon, these are people who are trying to use maybe exaggerations to tell the truth about evil people.
Bro, I came here for the pulled pork.
Base.
I don't know. Look at that. That's what's up, man.
That's what I would go there for too, man. Every time I go to a family function, I'm not going there to see my family. Fuck you. I'm going there for some fucking food. Sorry. I'll bring some food too, don't worry. But why the oh, hey, do you want to see your family? Why? Why would I want to? What a burden, you know? What kidding, I love my family. I love my family. But I do also love pulled pork. So you really can't beat that.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, but it's cool.
Yeah, Philly dog.
I never leave the house without a fully loaded quick day. Aiming at an SA, SK, HK. Police get the striking from my motherfucking AK. It's payday. Don't have my money, get the fuck up out my way.
Are you allowed to talk about January 6th at all? Well, I have a motion in the courts right now, and that my attorney has advised me stay away from all things January 6th until this motion has worked its way through the court.
While Jake isn't technically allowed to talk about January 6th, he gave his A1 Day 1 best friend Chadwick full permission to share each and every detail from that day.
My name's Chadwick. I'm close friends with Jake. You know, we went up there and back together to DC and back.
Cool.
Him and I made that decision if we were
Did he go to jail too, or did your buddy the only one that went to jail?
gonna go there or not, you know, about a week or two prior.
He also decided to give me access to a hard drive the FBI has been looking for 2.5 years.
Top secret.
Which features footage of rioters raiding Nancy Pelosi's office.
Why would he give them the footage?
Scissors. Look for scissors and knife. A letter opener. Open this up. I need some. Right there, scissors.
What are we doing?
We're gonna open this up looking for intel. We got emergency escape hood. It says emergency escape hood.
Within a few minutes, they located.
We got emergency escape hood.
Does it say emergency escape hood or HUD? Like HUD? Okay.
It says emergency escape hood.
Within a few minutes, they located a congressman's escape hood, as well as a map of evacuation routes, which would have led rioters to underground tunnels. Where
I can understand why they don't want people to know that, because I would imagine that our government buildings are open to attacks in case we were invaded in some capacity. And so it would be really bad if terrorists got access to that information. Okay.
Where congressmen had been led by the Capitol Police to hide. Chadwick realized what was going on, so decided to step in.
Guys, it's over. Come on. It's over. Come on. Let's go.
Let's get out of here, guys.
Come on.
Look at these
I'm
police.
there for my channel to get great documentation of this day of who knows what's going to happen. And I did see from where I could people doing terrible things.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there was
Weren't you in there doing terrible things?
violent people. Let's not, you know, we have to be honest.
This is your country. If you have a weapon to defend yourself in your country, you need to get it. This is not a peaceful protest.
Holy fuck, dude! What a goblin, bro! This is crazy. I can't believe people like this exist, brother. You know what I can't believe is that when I was a kid, I was supposed to move to Kentucky with my mom. She got a job offer there, and she would have been making more. But we decided to stay. And if we didn't stay, I would be at January 6th. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I probably would end up being like, I would be a fucking dumb football player with a TBI at the January 6th riots going, yeah, fucking Trump. I love this motherfucker, dude. He speaks the truth, you know? So, thank God I didn't go down there, because I would have been terrible.
So how would you describe Jake's role on the 6th?
Oh man, Jake's role on the 6th, I would say, was a type of like just protector, or maybe like voice amplifier.
Freedom!
What we were doing there in DC, we had been doing in Arizona.
5 months before January 6th, Chad and Jake entered the Arizona state capitol to protest mask mandates.
Hey, let's go inside! No more!
Got these guys wearing full fucking makeup and they don't want to wear a goddamn mask. I don't know. That's something. It's interesting. It's just interesting.
This is the end of the New World Order.
They faced little to no consequences in Phoenix, so figured it'd be fine to do the same thing in DC.
He had seen the Proud Boys gathering up right near the Washington Monument.
Antifa! Antifa! Where's the f***ing pisser at?
Something broke out, you know, some kind of argument.
Right there, anyways. Take the f***ing Capitol! Let's not f***ing yell that, all right?
They started marching.
Our streets! Our streets!
And he started observing, you know, going along with that.
Washington, D.C. is our capital, not a capital full of communists.
Oh,
but
yeah.
American citizens.
Communism's so bad. Can you guys define that for me? I'm just saying, dude. I don't think you guys know what the fuck communism even means. It's interesting.
Free American citizens.
At about communism is when healthcare. Bah. Who the fuck wants that shit? I like paying $600 a month for a $7,000 deductible. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? That's what I live for. I want to pay a significant amount of money per month, and then have to pay $7,000 on top of that. But I do get drug pill coverage. So now I only pay $30 a month for drugs that, if created by a manufacturer and upscaled reasonably, would probably cost $5. This is the country I love to live in. I fucking love it. I fucking love this country, baby. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna fucking come.
Noon, Jake arrived.
Who's texting me right now? Oh, it's my wife. Oh, it's my wife. My wife texted me. She said she took a big, nice, really good poop. So I think that's good information. I appreciate that. She was a little constipated yesterday, so I respect it. I respect it. I respect that.
Arrived at the Capitol.
Oh, there we go. He sees a tower, right, that goes up.
Yeah,
climbs up the
tower.
ladder to get a good view of the speech that was going to happen.
I'm just waiting for this alert to come through.
Ransom is a crime super chatted $4.99. Myron went from balding to budding. He's the new Benjamin Button.
I agree, man. I agree, brother. Thank you so much.
Amongst that, he said he was in a
Amongst
crowd
us.
that just was like a you know, like a stream of water.
Like piss, yeah.
After entering the Capitol through a broken window.
By the way, the window was already broken, okay? Nobody destroyed the window with a rock or anything. I don't know what they destroyed it with. But.
Jake, along with about 15 to 20 other patriots, chased Officer Goodman through the building.
Damn.
Second floor.
And then he encountered his first set of officers face to face, okay? And there's a lot of pictures, you know? So he says they start escorting him around, and lo and behold, they're on top of the chambers. And that's where you see some of the video that came out.
Fucking hey, man. Glad to see you guys. You guys are patriots. Look at this guy. He's got covered in blood. God bless you.
I got shot in the face with some kind of plastic bullet.
Any chance I could get you guys to leave the Senate wing?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, listen. Sorry, if you got a shot going in there, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like, you shouldn't have been in there. So, second of all, what the fuck?
We will. I've been making sure they ain't disrespecting the place.
Okay, just want to let you guys know this is like the sacredest place.
I saw other people rummaging through paperwork, search for intel, you know, and stuff like that.
Searching for intel? I mean, you guys can't even fucking read. You expect me to believe that you're looking for intel? Get the fuck out of here, you know?
What I saw from him is asking everyone to bow their heads and pray.
Thank you, divine, omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent creator God, for blessing each and every one of us here and now.
He said a prayer. When he was asked to leave, he left.
After being escorted out of the building, Jake went outside and told people to go home.
You have to go home now. We have to have peace.
So what are we going to do? We're going to obey our president. We're going to do what he asks. Respect the landlord.
Wow, it sounds like you're a fucking bootlicker. Oh, your president said go home and you're just gonna go home? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
He tells me, hey, the president told us to go home. Meet me at the car. Okay.
Jake and Chad left D.C. at about 6 p.m. to embark on a long 33-hour drive back to Phoenix. The next morning,
I would have flown. I can't do a 33-hour drive, man. That'll fucking kill me. I can maybe take a train, you know?
World was turned upside down.
Oh, shit.
So what'd you do on January 7th? That was quite the story.
Jack off, man.
My life transformed over less than 24 hours.
Crazy.
My phone number had gone public. I was getting all sorts of weird messages and calls. I had family telling me the FBI was looking for me.
My friend, somebody texted me and said, your son was photographed in the Capitol. I'm like, what?
Your son's kind of an asshole. I'm like, what? I already knew that, right? But somebody told my mother that I was an asshole. She said, I already know that. Why the fuck are you telling me that, you know?
I was surprised.
Yeah.
But I'm not surprised. You know what I mean?
Mom's kind of hot though. No, well, respectfully, of course, respectfully.
I have known since Jacob was a little boy that he was going to do something really big and great.
So what about January?
Certainly something big. I don't know if it was great, but it's certainly something pretty big and fucking stupid.
Just more of the same, I think that was when I had my interview with Alex Jones, where he screamed at me and told me I was a liar.
I love you, dude. I love you, but you gotta let me talk.
Highest level military intelligence. Tell me more about it.
Or are you waiting for your turn to speak, sir? Are you listening?
Tell me about the highest level military intelligence.
You keep interrupting me.
Because you're lying. You're full of shit. I will not suffer your Q people after this.
Damn, based Alex Jones? Why the fuck did he go off like that? Holy moly. Thank you so much for the 10-month sub from Diabetic Survivor Small God. Pop, is loving your country a crime now? Oh, is loving your country a crime? Of course not. And the only way to show love for your country is to storm the Capitol, apparently. That's it. Apparently, that's all you could do. If you love something, you will destroy it. So, hey. Yeah.
There were people on that day that were violent. That's just all there is to it. People assaulted police officers. They broke windows, etc. The real knife's edge that we are talking about here is there were people that were violent on the outside, and then there were people that were not violent at all on the inside.
Yeah.
We made history, guys. People are smoking weed in here. I'm smoking weed.
Whoa.
How soon?
That's fucking cool, man. I can't believe... That's crazy, brother. I can't believe Guillermo made it into the Capitol. I didn't know that he would be one of the fucking rioters, dude. Or is it Gizmo? I don't even remember.
I'm smoking weed. This is our house.
How soon, after the 6th, until you went to jail?
I was detained on January 9th after I turned myself in at the FBI field office in Phoenix.
What made you turn yourself in?
Well, that's just the kind of guy.
Probably because there's a warrant out for his arrest, and if he didn't turn himself in, the consequences would have been even worse.
I am. They told me they just wanted to talk. I called them when I found out that they were looking for me and wanted information on me.
Oh, shit.
Yes, are you there? Can I hear? Are you there?
I basically said, I heard y'all are looking for me.
I heard through the grapevine that FBI was looking for me. You guys wanted information on me or my whereabouts?
And then we proceeded to converse. I red-pilled the FBI agent that I was on the phone with.
Operation Paperclip, look into it. That's exactly what the media's done. Operation Mockingbird, look into it.
Conversed with him, thanked him for his service. He was a Marine. We set up an
Operation Mockingbird. Let's see. Where would I look into this? Project was the wiretapping operation issued by the United States President John F. Kennedy to identify the source of government leaks and by eavesdropping. Oh, okay. I don't care. That really doesn't bother me. I don't care. Okay.
Appointment, and I showed up on January 9th and
farted.
You're under arrest.
Oh.
Jacob Chansley, the self-proclaimed QAnon shaman,
it would have been more relatable if he farted, because sometimes I fart and I'm just farting all the time. Not even sometimes. I literally am just not. I'm always farting. It's like a mood that I'm in. It's a fart mood.
Has just been sentenced to 41 months in prison for his role in the January 6th Capitol riots. He was seen entering the Senate chamber with a spear.
What was it like having him in jail?
Fucking spear.
He was seen entering the
that looks like an American flag. Why do they call it a fucking spear?
Senate chamber with a spear.
Okay.
What was it like having him in jail for the past couple of years?
I mean, maybe. I guess you could use it as a spear, but I feel like it's not a spear.
It was very hard, very painful. When you're in solitary confinement, you don't have a window, you don't have view to a TV, you don't have a radio, you don't have books. Sometimes he didn't even get out, but every 2 days for 45 minutes.
Well,
well, I bet he would be reading the fuck out of books if he had access to that. He looks like a real learned fella,
Was a concrete slab with a foam pad about that thick laid on top of it, 2 sheets and a blanket, and a toilet and sink into one metal mold, buttons that you had to press where the water would only come out for 5 to 10 seconds at a time. It was hard.
Yeah, I bet, man.
It was hard, because especially when you have the threat of 25-year maximum sentence hanging over your head.
I had my moments of breakdown, but I drew on God's strength. He's an instrument of God.
You find it hard to believe in God sometimes when so many things go wrong?
I don't. You know, sometimes when we're tested.
That's a good question. You know, that's a good question. I mean, God, they say that God gives his toughest warriors his most difficult challenges. So I must be his least toughest warrior then.
And you think, well, why are you punishing me? It's a building of your faith.
And it wasn't a good day for conspiracy theorists. Jacob Chansley, the QAnon shaman, was sentenced to 41 months in prison for storming the Capitol on January 6th.
How did you feel about the way that he was portrayed in the media?
Well, they didn't portray him well at all.
Yeah.
They portrayed him as a lunatic, somebody that wasn't very intelligent, you know.
Those things are probably true. Here's my thing, though. I fucking hate Jimmy Kimmel. You know, it's like I'm sitting here, I'm listening to this story, and I'm like, yeah, you know, this guy, this Hugh Shaman guy is something else. He's a crazy conspiracy theorist nut. But then I see Jimmy Kimmel going, that's a bad guy. It just makes me want to like the guy. It makes me want to like the shaman. You know what I mean? It's just, I fucking hate that guy. He used to, listen, I'm a progressive, but there's just something so virtue signally that comes off about him. I remember when he used to shake tits on the Man Show. I used to jack off to that show all the time. Now what am I going to jack? I can't jack off to a show anymore, you know? And I only like things based on how much I'll jack off to him. So that's my biggest fucking problem, bro.
Oh, Antifa, a terrorist, that kind of stuff. He was none of the above.
There's a lot of talk on the internet that I'm a CIA asset or a plant from the feds.
The one with the bullhorns, he's not a Trump supporter. I don't care what his resume says.
You know, that I was a failed actor, or that I gave myself the name the QAnon shaman. None of those things are true. Schizophrenic, bipolar, depressed, delusional, none of that's true either. But it made for good cover for the media, so they ran with it. And then there's the whole thing with the white supremacy, you know, racism crap.
I like it when white supremacists face consequences. No.
Is he a white supremacist, though, or is he just a dumb fucking conspiracy theorist? You know, I hate calling everything a white supremacist. It really makes me feel like it doesn't mean anything anymore. It's kind of silly.
Yeah, same. Before being indicted.
Yeah. I have gay friends, I have straight friends, I have transsexual friends, I have black friends, white friends, Mexican friends, Asian friends, you know, I don't discriminate.
Oh, you like Asian people? Name every Asian. Huh? I don't even want to try because I feel like I'd be fucking banned for racism. So how do you like that?
People are good people.
Despite claiming to have a transracial, partially gay core friend group, Jake later admitted to me that Chadwick was the only one of his friends who called him when he was locked up. The others publicly denounced him, or silently disappeared from his life, leaving their old buddy behind to walk his new path alone.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you got to cut yourself off from toxic people, man. It's a sad fact.
A lot of people turned their back on him when he needed them to be there for him.
Yeah,
even some of his very, very long time friends, like his own people are starting to say these lies. He said, you would be surprised who you lose, who you would almost guarantee would be there for you when it matters.
I think what it comes down to is that a lot of people are scared because they don't want the government or the woke mob coming after them.
Yeah, it's hard to stand against the majority.
Stop going to Target and you won't have to worry about any more wokeness, guys, you know?
Of what the narrative is, because then you get put into that small little outcast. A lot of people can't get picked on. They can't deal with that, you know? I gave him a promise. I said, Jake, I don't care what I see in the news, what I hear about you, what they say about you. I know who you are, I will not stop making sure the world knows that. I got a lot of hate. My channels and stuff, boom, halted. It was a lonely battle.
And so I don't blame him. I forgive him.
Even like conservatives didn't like this guy? Well, I'm so fucking confused about that.
I'm not worried about it. You know, where God closes one door, God opens another.
Yeah.
You probably get a lot of...
That's why I start taking it in the ass, baby. Because why the fuck? Why would he put the G spot in there unless he wanted me to take a look at it? You know, explore. It's just exploration. You know. All I'm saying, brother.
A fan mail, though, right?
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of fan mail, mostly from older women, though.
Hey,
you know, it's not like, this is really funny. I was talking in prison. I was like, man, I get a lot of fan mail, but I only got like 1 or 2 from like hot chicks, bro.
Hey,
and the guys in prison are like, Chansley, my grandma's into politics. Hot chicks aren't into politics.
Yeah, true.
And I don't know. I've seen some hot chicks at the Trump rallies, but, yeah, I had to admit, though, that would make sense. That's why I get all these letters from old ladies. Oh, like,
true.
50s, 60s, 70s, my grandson should be more like you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so we're talking...
Maybe they'll send a titty pic with them. My grandson should be more like you. Here's my titties. It's fun. Hey, I'm taking them. I'm taking it.
A little bit past what would be traditionally known as MILF range.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well past.
Yeah.
I like older women. I like MILFs, but, definitely not going the 60-plus range.
Hey, gilfs,
Has anything really unfair ever happened to you?
Yeah, my dad left me.
Yeah, dude, I got picked on all the time in school.
Oh, yeah, I feel you.
My dad was an alcoholic and abusive on many occasions for no good reason. Unfair. Dealing with kids in the group home where I was working. The manager was not giving me the backup that I needed. The kids were breaking the house rules, and when I would do things like take away their phone or their video games because they showed up 5 hours late from their pass, all they'd have to do is call the house group home owner and complain, and then he'd undercut my authority and give the kids back the stuff that I took away.
Yeah, so I just want people to know that who are watching this, most likely the reason why that would happen is it's most likely considered abuse if you take away people's stuff in a group home. I don't know the specifics, but my wife works in a group home for people with intellectual developmental disabilities, and taking away stuff for them is considered abusive, right? Like not traditionally like abusive where you're hitting them or anything, but it's like a restrictive measure, and you can't do that in group home settings. So while I understand the well-natured attempt to implement some kind of disciplinary action for bad behavior, at the same time, you can't overstretch your authority to a place that would seem abusive. So I don't think that they're really overstepping his authority. I think he was overstepping his own authority. And then the other person was like, you can't do that because if the Human Rights, or if like the Justice Department or the Human Rights Department gets called, we could be really fucked. So
The thing is I don't see myself as a victim in any of this. So I don't dwell on the things that are unfair in life. If you think that life is going to be fair, then you're deceiving yourself and believing the illusion that life should be easy.
True that, brother.
Is there any regret on your end about being there?
Well, here's the thing about regret.
Yeah.
It's a very heavy burden.
True.
And you cannot move forward if you're holding on to regret.
He's kind of based on that one. You can't, like, sometimes you got to let things go. You can't hold on to hatred. Do you think that the election next year is going to be as crazy? I don't know. I'd like to say no. Things have been so calm for the past, since Biden's been in office. You could sit here and criticize him all you want, but it has not been as crazy, and I kind of like it. Maybe if Trump's running against Biden, but I wonder. I think it'll be a test. I think we'll really see how people feel. I feel like Republicans really do seem to like Trump, but I wonder if they would vote for him. I wonder how the voting's going to turn out in the actual election if he does get the primary win. I just wonder. I wonder if he's going to do well, or people are going to be like, no, man, I think I prefer Biden. Things have been chill. Because once you start seeing Trump talking to people, I feel like that's going to be, or talking to Biden and everything, that's going to be the real testament of how are things going. We're going to see if Biden can actually formulate a sentence. But then we're also going to see if people want the political clown festival again, like we had with Trump. And I just feel like people might not. Once they see it again, they might be like, oh, shit, things have been so calm. I don't want this anymore.
I love Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson once said something like, if you were going to break a rule, you have to be willing to deal with the consequences. I was going down to the Capitol on my own in my horns and face paint long before 2020. Will I continue to do that?
Yeah. Damn, dude, you probably shouldn't have gotten out of jail.
Do you still believe in QAnon stuff?
Well, It's important to differentiate between the Q drops, which there are thousands of them, and the QAnon community.
QAnon canon?
What's the current state of QAnon?
The current state of QAnon is, I would say, disheveled and confused, right? Like a lot of people, this was like this mind control psyop, essentially.
A psyop.
It's like a bunch of psychology tricks to make you research, right? It's not necessarily like a literally true. It's like a lot of it is allegory. A lot of it is disinformation, right?
But here's the thing I want you to understand.
Disinformation, just so people are clear, is active misinformation. It's when people are intentionally lying to you and they know they're lying. It's not just misinformation where they're wrong and they don't realize it. So, interesting.
The occult. Are you familiar with the occult? So this idea of baby eating.
Okay.
It goes way, way, way back into antiquity. Ancient Greece, ancient Rome, ancient Babylon.
They were giving good head too back then. Damn. Just like my wife.
Oh, hey there.
Hi.
My name's Andrew Callaghan,
that.
creator of Channel 5 and director of This Place Rules on HBO Max. If you enjoyed that documentary, Q Shaman Comes Home, I have great news. You only saw about half of it. The complete documentary, as well as additional videos like a 45-minute uncut, unedited interview with QAnon Shaman, are available exclusively on our Patreon. www.patreon.com/channel5. It's only about $5 a month, and it gives you access to a giant catalog of exclusive, unreleased, never before seen, not safe for work, OG to new school Channel 5 content. I have more great news. Every single Sunday at 5:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for the next 55 weeks, we're going to be dropping a new video here on YouTube.
Damn. 55 weeks? They must have been working the entire time that they must have been working the entire time that he was like canceled. That's crazy. I wonder if Hassan will give him a chance again. Oh, what's up, nerd? The fuck?
Fuck the authority, Channel 5 News.
Channel 55. We don't fuck with custers. And 5 is the best number.
All right. Well, I gotta say, I like the new video. I love Andrew Callaghan's content. Like I said before, I know that there was some controversy surrounding him. And like I also said, if you are interested in my full take on that, you'll have to look at the links in the description of this video when it's out. Because I just, hey, it is what it is. So let's get back. Hey, cool stuff.